Hey, welcome back to Holistically Healthy TV. I'm your host, Jim Burdumy, and today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of stretching and how to effectively stretch. Hey, so welcome back. Today, like I said, we're going to be talking about stretching, how to effectively stretch, and just so you can understand a little bit more about stretching, why it's important, because so many people are doing it the wrong way. I see it constantly, I hear about it constantly, and it's time that someone actually spoke out about it and said something. I was actually just about to do a workout, and I was doing my warm-up, and I just got inspired to do this video because it just hit me, like a lot of people aren't doing the right thing when it comes to warming up. So of course I'm in my workout gear with this awesome superhero shirt on that my wife and son gave me. I love it. And of course, you know, superheroes, strong, it's a good workout shirt. What is a warm-up? So a warm-up, we do one so that we don't injure ourselves, that we can properly warm up our muscles, but even more importantly, and this is the key point that a lot of people miss, is that we're trying to warm up our body for the movements that we're about to do. That's really, really important because everyone only just thinks muscles. Okay, so if they're about to do back one day, they're like, all right, I gotta warm up my biceps. If I'm gonna do any kind of bicep work, I just gotta start doing some curls. And that might be okay, but the thing is that just doing curls to warm up movements that you might be doing a rowing machine or something like that, you need to warm up the body for the particular movement pattern that you're going to do. Now, typically I don't do a lot of isolation or isolated movements, or I don't really do a whole lot of bodybuilding type movements where I'm just, sitting down on a bench and just doing my overhead presses, just sitting down on a bench. If I do overhead presses, I'm typically standing, or maybe I am sitting on a Swiss ball, kind of like I am now, but I can add a level of instability to it. So I do very, very functional movements and functional exercises to help me in my everyday life and just to be healthy and happy individual. I'm not just going to be doing shoulder rotations with maybe a 5 or 2.5 pound weight. I'm actually going to grab some dumbbells and do some overhead presses in the way that I'm going to do my actual exercise. And this is really, really important because no muscle works by itself in the body at any given time. Okay, so if you're doing a shoulder overhead press, let's say, you're not just working your shoulders, you're also working your triceps, you're also working part of your chest, your lats are also extending up too as you press overhead. So you're working a lot of different muscles, and to just do something like this to kind of warm up the shoulders is really a mistake. And also for lower body, a lot of people will warm up on the treadmill, or they'll just jump on the elliptical and they'll say, okay, I'm kind of warming up the body. And technically you are, because you're increasing the heart rate, so you are getting warmer. But the thing is that you want to warm up the body. Let's say you're doing squats that day, okay? You can't just jump on the treadmill or the elliptical and expect your legs and your glutes and everything to be completely warmed up, and then you're ready to go do squats because you just did 10, 20, 30 minutes on the treadmill or the elliptical. It doesn't work like that. First of all, the treadmill is just really kind of, as they say, a hamster wheel, because why? It's just running under, the ground is moving underneath of you and you're just jumping in place in a running fashion so you don't fall off and hit the person or the machine behind you or the wall. So it would actually be better to run outside to actually warm up the legs and the glutes that way. But the thing is that if you're about to do squats, why not just go do some squats? The key to a good, effective warm-up is to actually do all of the exercises that you're about to perform that day. So let's say I'm going to perform 4 exercises today, okay? I would take each of those 4 exercises and I would do all of them at an intensity that was low enough and comfortable enough for me to do without getting burnt out, and of course without me getting injured, because a lot of times we're just kind of working out cold. Right? Our muscles are just kind of cold, and unless we've been really, really active, and then we're going to go into our warm-up. Most of the time people are just leaving work, or they're just getting up in the morning and they're working out first thing in the morning or right after work, after sitting at a desk all day, or whatever you're doing. But the thing is that you most likely haven't really prepped yourself for workout. So this is a really, really important and crucial time to do that, and to do it the right way can prevent injuries and can actually help you get a better workout, okay? Because you might notice that on subsequent sets, after you start, if you had a proper warm-up, you actually feel really nice and strong than if you don't have a really good warm-up and you start off. You'll notice if you don't have a good warm-up routine right now, you'll start to actually feel stronger and better in your second and third sets, because what you're actually doing in your first set is warming the body up and kind of prepping it for the movement pattern that you're doing. So again, with going back to squats, actually do a squat. If your squat isn't that much, if you're not squatting a whole lot of weight, that's okay. Just do body weight squats, and then you can build up and use the 45-pound bar or whatever you're about to use for your squats, and then just continually progress from there. The other thing that you want to think about when it comes to warming up is, what are you actually trying to achieve that day? Are you trying to go heavy, or are you just trying to stay light? Because if you're trying to go heavy, one warm-up set is not going to cut it. You're going to have to do 2, probably maybe 3 warm-up sets to really prep the body to for that heavy weight, to the load that you're about to actually lift that particular day. So whether it's deadlifts or lunges or squats or overhead presses or bench press, something like that, you can't just do 15 repetitions and be like, all right, ready, I'm good to go. You can't do that. You have to do 10 repetitions, then maybe you have to do 8 repetitions, then maybe you have to do 6 repetitions, and that would actually be your warm-up. And don't make the mistake of actually just thinking that warm-ups don't count towards your exercise program. It's not like you're going to say that you did, you would still say that you did 3 warm-up sets and 4 work sets, or 3 warm-up sets and 6 work sets, depending on what you're doing that day. But a lot of people don't do the warm-up, either one, because they don't have enough time, or they think they don't have enough time. But then if you get injured, then you really don't have enough time to work out, because then you're not going to even want to, because you're going to be laid up in bed, or worse. So the other thing is that they kind of discredit warm-ups as being like, wimpy almost. Some people are like, yeah, whatever, I don't need to warm up, I'll just go right into it. And that's a really big mistake, and usually those people wind up paying for it a lot later on. So make sure that you warm up properly and use the tips that I just said today. And just to kind of recap, remember, take your workout and use that as your warm-up, and just do all of the exercises at a low enough intensity so that this way the movement patterns and your body get warmed up. The movement patterns are kind of like ingrained into the system now, and your body gets warmed up for that particular movement that you're about to do. So use those tips. I know that'll help you, and you'll probably actually get better in your exercise program, and you'll feel stronger throughout it. So use those tips. Please subscribe. If this has helped you today, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share it around. I really appreciate it. Have a good day.